Morning, YouTube friends. Thought I'd do something different today because I happen to be out walking my dog. Most of you know him as Rebel the King. I'll have some shots of him later. He's a good boy. But today we're in an area close to Salem called Lynn Woods. Lynn Woods Reservation is a beautiful place if you're an early riser, maybe you're a trail runner, a mountain biker, just want to take a nice walk in the woods. I highly recommend a short drive to Lynn Woods Reservation. So Lynn Woods Reservation has two entrances. We are entering this morning from the Pennybrook entrance, which is considered to be the main entrance. But there's another entrance. I list both of those addresses here for you. Equally great trails on both sides. So Lynn Woods Reservation is huge. It's about 2,200 acres. There are over 30 miles of walking, biking, hiking trails, all different difficulties. I'm following Rebel the King over here. You see it's pretty wide and flat. There's also some great single path trails, and there's a lot of challenging trails on here too. One thing I will tell you about Lynn Woods is always take a map. There's my good boy. There's Rebel. He loves Lynn Woods. Just a few things about the city of Lynn. It is Salem's neighbor, founded in 1629 by some folks from Salem looking for a different area to settle in. Lynn is founded by a gentleman from King's Lynn in England. That's where the community gets its name. There's also a lot of things named King in Lynn, including King's Beach, which is a great place to go if you have a free night, you're looking for a place to walk, maybe get some food to eat or an ice cream. King's Lynn is a very well-traveled, beautiful little oceanfront walk. Lynn is also called the City of Firsts. So there's a lot of firsts in Lynn, which always happens, obviously, in an old community. You're one of the first communities, you're going to have a lot of firsts. It's first tannery in America. It would be the first, I believe, electric trolley car in Massachusetts in Lynn. Also, the first jet engine was manufactured in Lynn, known for being, for many years, one of the biggest employers in Lynn, General Electric. General Electric had a very bad year when they closed their factory of the future. Awful lot of people in Lynn became unemployed. GE, not the best reputation in Lynn, but for a long time it was really a backbone of this community. Brought a lot of people, a lot of wealth to this community before everything went in the opposite direction. So Lynn is definitely a city that has many different neighborhoods. I think the best part of Lynn is the Lynn Woods Reservation. It was actually preserved in the 1800s. It is 20% of the city of Lynn. This space is massive. Let's just take a nature break here because this is very early morning, around 8:30. And I will acknowledge the fact that I appear to be dressed for winter because this is spring in New England, particularly April. It was about 40 degrees when we left the house. By 1 o'clock, it's going to be in the 60s. So that's New England. That's why you always travel with layers, people. So if you're looking for an actual destination in Lynn Woods, there's actually a few landmarks. There is the Steel Tower, an old observation tower. There is the Stone Tower, and there is also Dungeon Rock. And I think we're going to be paying a visit to Dungeon Rock if Rebel will turn around and go in the other direction. Come on, good boy, let's turn around. So there are some challenging areas as well. I'm going to be heading up these stairs to the area of Dungeon Rock. Well, here is Dungeon Rock, and you gotta love a good lure in New England. So the lore of this area is that there were, well, this is not lore, this is a fact, there are a lot of pirates in this area. And one of those pirates supposedly hunkered down in this cave with a boatload of treasure. This cave would be the victim of an earthquake in the early 1600s, and legend says that the pirate and his treasure are buried in this cave from that earthquake. So it's been a lot of treasure hunting in this area. Unsuccessful so far. Rebel, you find that treasure for Mama? Go find the treasure, Rebel. Rebel, you get that treasure. Rebel, go ahead, honey. Find the treasure for Mama. You find the treasure for Mama. It's right in there. It's right in there. Look, the door's open, honey. So this door, you guys, I've never seen it open. And look at entrance to the tunnel. But guess who didn't bring a flashlight? Me, because who knew? Flashlight on my phone, kind of useless. But look it. I can hear from the echo. It goes pretty far down there. And I can hear water dripping in there. But Dumbo me, no flashlight. So I can't tell you what's beyond these stairs. But hey, maybe you can come explore for yourself. Darn it, I'm so bummed out. So guess who went back and got a flashlight? Me. But now I'm all alone. Come down these stairs. And if I turn this around, but this tunnel just keeps going on around this corner. And I tell you what, feeling a little Blair Witch Project right now. So I'm not going to go down there with my tiny little flashlight all by myself. I'm actually going to get the hell out of here. So I'm not sure if anyone's interested in Atlas Obscura, which I think is always fun. If I'm traveling, I try to find some random things listed on there of these sort of bizarre locations you can look up. One of them is in Lynn Woods. It's called Skull Rock. And I'll just have to post pictures because we're not going there today. That's far away from where we are at Dungeon Rock. Skull Rock, just very colorful skulls. There's a little saying on there about how life is short. I'll post a picture of it here. Remember, take a map. I have lived here my whole life. I still sometimes get lost. Once I got so lost, I literally was in someone's backyard screaming up a hill, "Hello, I have no idea where I am." She was nice enough to pick me up in her car, drove me to where my car was parked. Could not believe how far away it was. Telling you, for real, take a map. So if you're a runner, sometimes it's fun to find runs. When you're on vacation, you can sort of jump in, see the area, get some fitness. Lynn Woods has a great summer series of runs on Wednesday nights. They start at either 6 or 6:30, depending on what time of year it is. They usually run it late spring through the early fall. I'll list a website so you guys can check it out. So it'd be a great place to come on a Wednesday night if you're traveling in the area, you want to get a little fitness in, a little guided run through the woods. Whew. It's already getting warm out, so I'm losing some layers here. I lost the hat and the buff. So if you're traveling, if you're hiking in the woods anywhere, not just in Lynn Woods or in this area, I have to watch my footing, so I will be looking down, you guys. It's great to get a hiking app. One I use is All Trails. There's another one called Gaia, and they will tell you exactly where you are, topographical, give you little offshoots if you want to go off the beaten path, but it always tells you exactly where you are. So it is helpful to download those apps. They usually have free versions, just to kind of have a backup just in case. There's also some water sources in Lynn Woods that we didn't walk by today. The biggest of which is called Walden Pond. No, it's not Thoreau's Walden Pond, that's a different one. But that is the water source for Lynn. So if you come in here, no swimming, no fishing, no dogs going in the water. Sorry, Rebel, but it does make for a very scenic walk. So thanks for walking through the woods with me today. I'll have to say goodbye here because I can hear some construction going on in the background at the front gate. Also hear some deer literally running all around me. So it's kind of things you can see in Lynn Woods. So maybe if you have some free time, you want to get some fresh air, a little fitness, just get your dose of nature for the day. Head on out to Lynn Woods. Just don't get lost, people. Bye.